This really lit a fire under my backside. You know you're getting old when all you are is afraid. And as I'm sitting here packing for a trip down that Miracle Mile, which I don't like riding, over the border of Mexico to get some dental work done, I'm thinking, that really makes sense because right now it's cold in the morning in the desert. I'm going to have to like pick it up and get the energy and the wherewithal to step out and get on the bike. And it's only like 150 miles. But for me, that's not far, but it's just where I'm going through. Now, yeah, I could get a ride maybe or take a bus, but I have to go over customs. So I might as well be on the bike, right? So I'm making this video just because it's early, it's cold, and I'm back into that feeling of, slight bit of fear of like, okay, here I go again. But, it's always there. When I was a raft guide or a mountain guide, even though I knew what I was doing, I always had a little bit of, a good chunk of fear behind me. But it's overwhelming, and I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, you don't have to be going anywhere, to feel like this. You could just be, I know I have a lot of followers that are out doing what I do, or more, and I have a lot can't really leave, are stuck at home, maybe disabled, or just can't really afford to even step out the door practically these days. So what I'm getting at here is that fear that comes in and how I deal with it. For me, and starting with just my first job or any new job, it's like, oh boy, here we go. It's like, it's all new, and a little bit of fear there. Now I know I'm going to get a lot of comments here about people that don't have fear, or maybe do, but yeah, bring the comments. So there's that kind of healthy fear in there that, all right, I got to get ready and be on my toes, not be in a hurry, and all that. If you can't go anywhere, if you're stuck at home, if you're an armchair adventurer or whatever, I hope you can still relate with this, because you might just have a hard time getting down to the post office, or the store might be a big expedition for you. And I see people going through that, on different ways. And or it might be like a long trip into town, and you're driving and it's dangerous, or in the winter in Alaska. For me, going to the post office, it was treacherous some days, but I had to go to the post office in order to get over that initial fear of going to the first day on the job, or getting out and going on a big expedition. Oh my God, I'm going on a big trip in the big mountains. I had to really reach deep. And you don't have to be doing anything big like that. You probably do this every day. And then I think about, there's a lot of that fear, and it's just really intense, and I go through it. It's painful. It's bad for me. And a lot of it's unnecessary, and it's fed to me from external sources, not so much internal. And so I have to work my way through it, always realizing that after, I always remember, and it's like I have to remember again that everything's gonna be okay. After that first day, it's fine. Even on the bike, I'm good. I take my time. Now there's always incidents and little things that happen, maybe big, but the bottom line is I can, take all that external stuff, leave it alone, leave it behind, and get on the road, or get to my business, get to my projects. That's why I don't watch the news too much. I check in, see how crazy it is, and then I step away from that vibration. I see people doing it, doom scrolling, looking at the news, Trump, Biden, all that was going on. What a waste of energy. Now, bad comments coming, I know it, and that's okay. But I chose to not waste my energy on that, so I could have the energy to get out on days like tomorrow and go down, get a little dental work done over in Mexico, and take another trip. But every time I do it, I have that healthy amount of fear. And the other thing, the fear of going like I do, long term, like a lot of people do. Maybe you're just getting ready to do that. You're out doing it now, kind of just new at it, thinking about bailing on it, stopping. And we all have different reasons, and maybe you need to. But if you're just in fear of it not working out, hopefully by now you've had some signs like, hey, this is going to be okay. That's what usually happens to me after that initial step out the door, or step into the mountains, on the bike, on some unfamiliar road. As I get rolling, I either run into some great person that makes me feel better, or, the opposite energy to like, okay, I'm out here again, my awareness is in, and then something good happens. There's always something good. And, just a balance there is the big thing for me. The other thing is the sabotage from the outside, not just watching the news and social media like me here. Hopefully I'm helping you. But that whole thing about outside, like friends and relatives and people that are making maybe social media. You're going, where? You're stupid. Or, oh, I don't know if you should do that. You should definitely be careful and do your research, right? Do your research. Be prepared. Don't leave haphazardly. But after you've got ready to go and you're ready to go, and people say, well, I don't know if you can handle that, or you better not run out of money, or, it's going to come at you from all directions. And then when you leave that, guaranteed, when you leave it, and if you're prepared, that'll all fall away. And a month later down the road, people will go, gosh, I wish I was doing what you were doing, Even if you're doing nothing. Like I said, even if you're at home and things just aren't happening, it's like, and if you're somebody right now who's sitting there and things just aren't happening, that's the time to just poke the edges of the world a little bit. Stand up and walk outside, and it's just, for me, it's turning the wheel of the bicycle. All I have to do is turn the wheels. Something happens. If I don't turn the wheels and I don't do anything, nothing happens. If I don't get up, go check the mail, I don't get the mail. If I don't apply for a job, I don't get the job. If I don't put the energy out there, I don't get anything back. And if I put bad energy out there, I get that back. So if I put good out, I get good back. A little bit of bad to keep me aware. So another thing that happens, and it's happened to me many times, is I will maybe make a plan with somebody else or several people, and the plans don't work out, and that's just been year after year. Expeditions, trips, all this kind of stuff. And things happen. But if things are holding you back, and it's sort of like no one will go with you on whatever adventure you're going to go on, whatever, and it doesn't have to be a hike, bike, or anything, just whatever it is, and you just feel like, well, I can't wait for other people. Don't wait. Just don't wait for others. That's the bottom line. I couldn't keep waiting for other partners to go cycle touring. And then I ended up having this way of life. And obviously, I can't wait for others to join me in this way of life. But I can at least say, hey, it is a certain amount of freedom. There's always pain and suffering and everything. It's there, but also the great freedom of happiness and joy is there as well. It's not my advice. It's just what I do. It may not work for everybody. I understand that. Really appreciate you being here. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully you'll keep watching, and we'll see you soon.